Okay, so you've asked for a deep dive today,
Mm-hmm.
and you want to know what this book is all about, but
Yeah.
you want to know without me giving away any spoilers.
Absolutely no spoilers.
So that's what we're going to do today.
That's exactly
They're
it.
just going to look at like the story,
Huh?
the setting, the characters.
The setup of the whole thing.
Yeah,
And the main players involved.
exactly.
And kind of where it kicks off to
Yeah.
give you a sense of what you're in for,
Exactly.
but without ruining any of the good stuff, the
Yeah.
twists and turns that come later.
So if you are ready to dive into this book, but you just want to know a little more about what you're getting into,
Right.
this is the episode for you.
Yeah, this is it.
All right, so to set the scene for you, it all takes place in Alaska.
Oh, beautiful.
And when I say Alaska, I mean like really.
Yeah, they're talking real wilderness.
Real wilderness,
Rugged beauty.
rugged beauty.
Vast landscapes.
Yeah.
And a lot of it centers around this fishing lodge.
Yeah.
Kind of nestled in this really remote, pristine environment.
Yeah, you can almost feel the isolation just reading about it.
Oh, absolutely.
And so as we kind of get introduced to this setting, we also meet some of the key characters.
Yeah, you've got to have some folks to populate this world, right?
Right, exactly.
So right away, we're introduced to Olivia.
Yes, Olivia.
She is a fishing guide.
She's amazing.
She really knows this Alaskan terrain like the back of her hand.
Yeah, she's a pro.
A total pro.
And then there are these two pilots, Terry and Owen.
Oh, yeah, Terry and Owen.
And their actions, I think right from the beginning,
Right away.
introduce this element of mystery.
Oh, for sure. There's something going on with them.
You don't know what it is, but it's definitely...
It's intriguing, isn't it?
It's intriguing.
It makes you want to keep reading.
Yeah. And we also meet Henry and Lee.
Yes, Henry and Lee, they come in as guests at the lodge.
Yeah, they're guests.
So we've got Olivia, who's kind of running the show there.
Yeah, she's in her element.
She is, and then these guests are coming in, and it's interesting how their paths start to intertwine.
Yes, and the book really grabs you from the first few pages.
Oh, it does.
You're just thrown into this really mysterious situation
Yeah.
at a remote hangar somewhere in Alaska
Uh-huh.
with these two pilots, Terry and Owen.
Right.
And they're meeting with some people we don't even know who they are.
Yeah.
And it just gives you this sense that something clandestine is happening.
Like a secret meeting.
Yeah, like it's a secret exchange or a deal or something.
You get the feeling that whatever it is, it's important.
Right.
And maybe not entirely legal.
Yeah, maybe not so. On the up and up.
Exactly.
What did you think when you read that first scene?
Oh, I was hooked immediately.
Yeah.
Because you're just thrown into the action.
Right.
You don't know all the details yet, but
Yeah.
you know enough to be intrigued.
Right. And I think what's so interesting is how quickly it shifts from that kind of tense scene
Yeah.
to a completely different vibe.
Right.
The next thing you know, we're at the fishing lodge.
Uh-huh.
Early morning,
Yeah. Peaceful.
peaceful, and we meet Olivia, who is just starting her day.
She's probably having her coffee.
Yeah, maybe getting ready to go out on the water.
Enjoying the quiet before the day begins.
And the author does this amazing job of describing the scenery,
Oh,
the Alaskan wilderness around her,
It's so vivid. You can practically feel the crisp air and
see the mountains and the water.
yeah, the way the light hits the snow-capped peaks.
And it's breathtaking,
It's such a stark contrast to that secretive hangar scene.
isn't it?
It's like you go from this dark and mysterious world
Yeah.
to this bright and serene one.
It makes you wonder how those two worlds are going to collide.
Yeah, how are those two threads going to connect?
Because you know they're going to connect somehow.
Oh, absolutely. It's just a matter of time.
Right. And so as you read on, you start to see how these initial setups start to hint at those connections.
Yeah, you're left with these questions like, what exactly were Terry and Owen up to?
Right. And how is that going to affect Olivia and the guests at the lodge?
And who are those other people they met with?
Right. And why all the secrecy?
You're definitely left wanting more.
Yeah. And then we start to learn more about Olivia's backstory.
Right. She's not just some random fishing guide.
No, she's got a history.
She's got roots in Montana,
Uh-huh.
and she's chosen to make this remote part of Alaska her home.
Yeah.
You can tell she's deeply connected to this place.
Yeah, she's not just visiting.
No, she belongs there.
And you see that in how she interacts with the guests.
Yeah, like Malcolm and Zoe.
Yeah.
She's patient and knowledgeable.
Yeah.
She's teaching them about fishing, but also about respecting the wilderness.
Yeah, she's a real mentor figure.
She is. And she's also got this great sense of humor.
Yeah, she's not afraid to make a joke or two.
No, she's definitely got a playful side.
And then things start to get even more interesting when we learn about a private flight.
Oh, yeah, that's a turning point.
Yeah.
Because we don't know exactly who's on that flight or where they're going.
Right, it's all very hush-hush.
But it definitely raises the stakes.
Yeah, because it introduces this element of travel and movement.
Yeah. And potential danger.
Right, because who knows what they're getting into.
And with Alaska as the backdrop, anything could happen.
Right, exactly.
It's not a place to be messing around.
No, it's a wild and unpredictable environment.
And that's what makes it so compelling.
Right, because you know that the characters are going to be tested.
Yeah, they're going to have to face their fears and
Right, and make tough decisions.
and ultimately figure out who they are.
Yeah, and I think that's what makes this book so great.
I agree.
It's not just a story about fishing or Alaska.
It's a story about people and their relationships.
Yeah, and how they deal with the challenges that life throws at them.
Exactly, and how they find their place in the world.
And all that takes place against this incredible backdrop.
Of this vast and unforgiving wilderness.
Yeah, it's almost like Alaska itself is a character in the story.
Oh, definitely.
It's a powerful force that shapes everything that happens.
And it's a constant reminder of the beauty and danger of nature.
So to sum it all up for you, we've
Yeah.
got Olivia, this amazing fishing guide,
Yeah.
living in this serene but also kind of isolated part of Alaska.
Uh-huh.
And then we have Terry and Owen,
Right.
these two pilots who are involved in something mysterious.
Yeah.
And then there's this private flight
Yeah.
that suggests that things are about to get a lot more complicated.
And possibly dangerous.
Exactly.
So, yeah, it's a lot to unpack.
It is, but it's so worth it
Oh, absolutely.
because it's a story that will stay with you long after you finish reading it.
Yeah, it's one of those books that you just keep thinking about.
And you want to talk about with other people?
Yeah, you want to know what they thought of it?
So if you're looking for a book that will transport you
Yeah.
to a different world
Uh-huh.
and make you think about the big questions in life,
Yeah.
then this is definitely the book for you.
Couldn't agree more.
All right, so we hope you enjoyed this spoiler-free deep dive
Yes. Hopefully we've given you a good sense of what to expect.
without giving away any of the good stuff.
Exactly. Now it's up to you to discover the rest.
So go grab a copy and start reading,
Yeah, dive in.
and let us know what you think.
We'd love to hear your thoughts.
And until next time, happy reading.
Happy reading.
Bye.
Bye.